Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Conversations with Mr. Suresh Mohan Semwal ji. And I'm your host, Surender Sharma, and we are still in the middle of pandemic. We just celebrated Navaratri, the festival that symbolizes Shakti, the power within. Next Saturday, we are going to celebrate Diwali, which again symbolizes the triumph of knowledge over ignorance and good over evil. So, since there are so many festivals lined up, we decided why not do another episode of some motivational talks with our world renowned guest, motivational speaker, Mr. Suresh Mohan Semwal ji. You have heard him before, and it's our opportunity, privilege, and luck that he is available to us to give some talks. So I'm sure some of you will get benefited with the talks. Without further ado, let's welcome our esteemed guest, Mr. Suresh Mohan Semwal ji, who is a fantastic human being. Hello, Semwal sir.
Thank you, Surendraji. How are you?
Morning. Good. How are you, sir?
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
I am fine. Thank you. Thank you for this invite. Oh, great. Good to be back.
Yes, sir. It's good to be back. So, a few words for our viewers, and we can
Yeah.
dive into our conversation.
Just good morning to all the viewers in USA and for the viewers in India. I'm sure you must have enjoyed your Sunday here and must be getting ready for the tomorrow's hustle and bustle again. And as you rightly said in the introduction, the COVID is still here. A lot of us, especially in India, and I'm sure now in USA too, are confused whether this COVID is real, unreal, is it going to stay or go? Because as we can see in the Europe and Britain too, now the lockdown is back. The second wave or third wave is back again. Here in India, everything was under lockdown till the elections were due. The moment elections, got due, all the social distancing went for a toss. So we are really confused. So, and here comes the Diwali this week, the festival of lights, the triumph of light over darkness. Let's hope this Diwali will help us to get rid of this darkness of hopelessness, despondency, and this confusion. To be here. Over to you, Swendaji.
Yeah. So this is a great opportunity for me, and the topic that you chose for today's talk, the journey from your potential to performance. So very rightly chosen topic. Sometimes we know that we have potential, or sometimes we don't even know, but somebody else tells us that, hey, you have this potential, why not try? But by the time we reach the performance, how to explore that potential and put it to reality, there is a journey. There is a journey, and some give up like before they even reach that goal. So just to start, just to get the tempo rolling. So how would you describe potential? Like, how does one recognize potential in them?
See, as it is generally being said that performance pays the bills, not potential. At the end of the day, it is your performance which counts, which can be measured, which can be valued. However, the potential, everybody is free to believe whatever potential he or she has. Until and unless it reflects in the performance, it's of no value, frankly.
Right.
So how do I know whether I have the potential or not? To my mind, there is only one way to know. Expose yourself to the opportunity or the challenge and see how you perform. And the more you stretch yourself and the more you're able to take it, that goes to show that how much more potential you have. So basically, expose yourself to an opportunity, take up a challenge. Achieved certain success already, stretch yourself further. And the more you're able to stretch yourself comfortably, it means you're still sitting on unutilized potential. Trust me, whenever I ask, people in my seminars that do you believe you have unutilized potential? Everybody, almost everyone says that yes, I have. So then my next question, what is stopping you from using your potential? And then people start of opportunity, this and that. But at the end of the day, I guess the real reason, which I know, the real reason is laziness, procrastination.
Right.
And sometimes we are too comfortable with whatever we are getting. And some of us are the victims of positive thinking too. That whatever I have, it is much better than my classmates. It is much better than my relatives. So I am doing pretty well. And some people are actually doing pretty well than even they themselves expected. So that's the one reason kills the otherwise hidden potential that they have. So until and unless you take on bigger challenges, handle bigger problems, you would not know how much potential you have. That's what I think about it.
Right. So, would you be able to give some mantras to the viewers, some strategies, uh, tools, and techniques that they can use? Like even as parents, we know sometimes what the potential our children have, because from outside we can see that, but how to instill in them that you have this potential, carry on with these tools and technology techniques to reach your ultimate goal. जैसे अपने रामायण में भी हनुमान हनुमान जी को नहीं पता था कि उनके पास उतना पोटेंशियल है, तो जानवन जी को बताना पड़ा कि आप याद दिलाना पड़ा, राइट? सो ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि हमें कोई तो याद दिलाने वाला चाहिए, या फिर खुद से जाने अपने पोटेंशियल को. सो आप कौन से ऐसे टूल्स एंड टेक्निक देंगे हमारे व्यूअर्स को आज?
I don't think there is any tools and techniques in my knowledge which can really tell you how much potential you have. And frankly, as far as parents go, they are hardly correct about the potential of their own children because we are biased. Each one of us believes that my child must be born with some natural talent. And it's a very painful reality at times if somebody tells you that no, your child, he has no super talent. He's just an ordinary child. And no parent would like to accept that I have an ordinary child, right? So parents, I don't think, are the right people to judge the potential. But having said that, as I told you earlier, the only way to know whether you have potential or not is coming out of your comfort zone, handling some bigger challenges, some bigger problems. Okay, like suppose if you are a working personal, professional, you need to ask yourself, what is the 2, 3 things that my boss can do, but I cannot? And then learn to do those things. And that is how gradually you will know that, okay, there were certain things that I thought are related to potential, but that is not related to potential, they're just related to certain skills. Okay? So ask yourself, what is my boss can do which I cannot? What are those 3 things? Start learning those, and whether you have that potential or not. Okay, so expose yourself. You need to be a little vulnerable. You need to be up for some rejections, some failures. And that is how you would know. And as I always say, I have read this quote, I don't remember exactly where I read this, but they say the greatest loss, death is not the greatest loss in life. The greatest loss is what dies inside us while we are still alive. Okay? And I think this is the biggest tragedy of human life, when we die with unutilized potential. And we all have, by the way. Okay, like for example, as a parent, if I were to ask my son that is he or she doing everything that they can for their own health, the honest answer would be no. Are they doing anything that they can for their career, for the studies? The honest answer would be no. So the problem is, people are not even doing what they can, and then they complain that maybe I don't have the potential, or maybe, I'm not getting an opportunity to utilize my potential. But the biggest challenge is they are not even doing what they can. So just take up some bigger challenge in life. Show
Right.
a way of unleashing your.
Right. You
Like
mentioned
if I were to give you example, अब क्या है ना सुरेंद्र जी, अब हमारी उम्र उतनी होगी कि अब हमारे पास अपने जिंदगी की बड़े एग्जाम्पल बताने को हो गए हैं, तो इसको बुढ़ापा कहना तो ठीक नहीं है, पर that's how life is. So, like for example, I distinctly remember, now that I'm known for public speaking, I was in the 6th standard, and in my school there was a teacher, and this teacher had a very bad reputation amongst children. And as you, I don't know whether you're aware or not, in India, teachers had the right to beat the children those days. So he had a very bad reputation, a very strict teacher, but a very good teacher. But he had that reputation of beating the children. So I was in the 6th standard, and the school was till 12th. So this guy comes to me and tells me that this 15th August, you will be giving a speech in the assembly.
okay.
I said, sir, but not. I have never done it. I am not requesting you, I'm telling you.
Right.
And I knew his reputation, so I thought that day कि इससे मार खा के मरने से अच्छा है स्टेज पे जाके बेहोश हो जाएंगे. And then I had to learn that speech, and that is how I gave my first speech when I was 600. And till today, I remember the feeling that I had. My face was all red, and I was shaking because it was a motivational speech on Independence Day. Everybody thought that I did a great job because of my expression and other things. But trust me, it was not because of my excitement towards, patriotism. I was red because I was nervous. So I was shaking because I was not very confident. But I don't know whether the teacher could see the potential. Maybe he could see. And trust me, generally, people who are the experts in their area, sometimes they what we ourselves can't see. So in that case, my advice generally to people is listen to the advice of experts. Okay. Now, when I'm saying experts, I hate to say it, but the bosses should also be included in experts at times. Because at times, bosses are the ones who tell you that I am telling you, you can do it. And we ourselves, when I know I cannot do it, right? But maybe they've been to in our situation, so they know. I hate to say it, but maybe they know. So there's no harm in listening to those who believe in you.
Right.
Who believe in you. And trust me, Surender, the potential thing is all about taking responsibility, because generally, a new opportunity comes in the shape of responsibility. And there are very hardly few takers of responsibility, by the way. Okay, people want to have amazing results in life, but they don't want to take some responsibility for results. So if you and I are up for some responsibility in our careers, trust me, we will get enough opportunity to unleash or experiment with our potential. Otherwise, we'll be sitting on our potential throughout our lives.
Right.
So listen to the expert.
Right. That's what sometimes they say, that the greatest talents are found in the graveyard. Sometimes, because They did not
Oh
explore.
yes. Oh
They
yes.
did not explore at all. And talking about rejection, rejection is a
Yeah.
very deep emotion, actually, to handle. It can affect you greatly at different levels of your psyche. Sometimes people just go in the dark because they have faced some constant rejections, one after the other. They are like, nothing is going right in my life because they tried 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. But at that time, like, even if you tell them, try again, if at first you don't succeed, try again. You can tell all sorts of things, but they're like, I tried multiple times. So आप कैसे ऐसे ऐसे व्यक्ति को, या ऐसे बच्चों के साथ भी हो रहा है आजकल कॉलेज वगैरह में और इवन स्कूल में, कि they're trying again but facing constant rejection. So what would be your advice to them to keep going again and again? But there are multiple examples in real life we have seen, but हर एक को वो कम्युनिकेशन देना बहुत मुश्किल रहता है. तो आपके हिसाब से क्या होंगे ऐसे कुछ एडवाइजेस?
See, the first thing people need to understand that if you want anything significant in your life, you need to go through failures, rejections, and criticism. Okay? Failure, rejection, criticism, you need to go through if you want to do anything significant with your life. Right now, I'm sure your President Trump is getting rejected, most of the Americans. So does it make him any less of a man? I don't think so. I don't think so. But see, he's been rejected by more than 50% of voters. That's okay. You were running from presidency. Okay. Now here in India, now I think this there will be result of the Bihar elections again. So I'm sure one party will be rejected the mandate. So what? What? It is bound to happen. And I'm sure you must have heard this quote already, that the height of leadership is directly proportionate to the criticism one can handle.
Oh yeah.
The height of a leader is directly proportionate to the. So if you're not comfortable with criticism, failure, and rejection, it means surely you're not aiming for something bigger. Okay? Rather, I would say, fail big. There should be more people in the way criticizing you. Now, do not have any video available on YouTube. Nobody criticizes me, right? Because I am not even present there to be criticized. But if my video is available on a public platform, so I may be criticized by some viewers, right? They may not like certain ideas. They may not like certain things of what I say. It's okay. That's the price you got to public art. So, but if I am very touchy about the rejection, criticism, then no problem. Don't be on the public platforms. Okay? So, it is part and parcel of our life. But my only submission is, when you are getting rejected, you don't get dejected. Okay? You reject from the race. If you are getting rejected, don't get ejected. Okay? Because when you stop trying, then you fail. Okay, when you stop trying, that's the ultimate failure. Till that you're in the race, you still are hopeful. You are okay. But having said that, my suggestion would be persistent, but please do not repeat the mistakes. The problem is, if you have been rejected, learn why were you rejected. Sometimes the reasons can be genuine. So instead of just going into this, me poor or pity party, starting your pity party, learn what did go wrong, what can I improve, learn from that rejection, and then go on. Whenever I do the program for salespeople, rejection is something that they need to go through almost on a daily basis. तो उनको मैं यही समझाता हूँ एक बारी कि मैं मतलब एक चीज आप समझिए कि जैसे ब्रह्मा जी ने हमारे हिस्से के आलू गोभी प्याज फिक्स किए हुए हैं ना, कि आप कितना राशन इस धरती पे खाओगे। उसी तरह मुझे लगता है कि जब हम धरती पे आए थे ना, तो रिजेक्शंस भी फिक्स थे, रिजेक्शन लिस्ट, कि भैया तुझे अपनी लाइफ में इतने रिजेक्शन मिलेंगे। अब सपोज ब्रह्मा जी ने मेरे खाते में 50 रिजेक्शन लिखी हैं मेजर, 50 rejections need to handle. Guess what? Now for a sales meeting and it's a big opportunity, and suppose I get rejected. So what is the impact on me? I know now there are only 49 to go.
Right.
49 more to go. That's it. So I'm rejections from my list. So that's just about those rejections. And in NLP, we have been taught a very beautiful thing, which says that sometimes you succeed and sometimes you get feedback.
Right.
Okay. Sometimes you succeed and sometimes you get feedback, not failure. So you got a feedback that this particular approach is not working. So you maybe need to work on your approach. Okay. So till the time you are in the race, you have not lost it. That's my message.
Right. Right.
And it's okay. That is part and parcel of being in the game. Sometimes you score centuries, sometimes you're out on a duck. That's okay. That's okay. Till the time you're in the game. That's more important. That's more important. You know, one beautiful quote I heard that in one of the commentaries. He said that if you respect the good deliveries, then you will remain on the mat, remain on the pitch to punish the bad ones. Okay. Sure. If you respect the good deliveries, you will remain on the bad ones. तो कभी हर बॉल पे आप चौका छक्का नहीं लगा पाते, कई बार थोड़ा बीट हो जाते हो, पर अब इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि बल्ला फेंक देना है, विकेट बचानी है ताकि जो फिर लूज डिलीवरी आए उस पर बना सको. So being in the very important. Okay, so and the only is upgrade, update, learn some skills rather than just cribbing about it.
Right. आप बोलते हैं ना कि every day 20 minutes of learning तो करनी ही है, right? क्योंकि हम बॉडी के लिए तो बहुत कुछ करते हैं, डेली स्नान करते हैं, जो आपने कहा है, लेकिन दिमाग का स्नान हम कितना करते हैं, right? So दिमाग का स्नान भी करना बहुत. And with every try, you are only improving. You are not going down. जो आपने हमेशा बोला है कि जब भी आप कुछ ट्राई करते हैं, तो you are only gaining. आप उससे नीचे नहीं जा रहे हैं, because it's the process. You're improving. You're improving with each try, and you're finding out what did you miss in the previous one. Right? So it's a learning. It's a constant learning process that puts you on the right track. अभी आपका लक्ष्य कितना गहरा है, लक्ष्य कितना स्ट्रांग है, उस पर भी निर्भर करता है. इसीलिए बोलते हैं ना, keep your quantifiable and reachable goals and play the infinite game, right? एक लेवल पे अपने आप को बढ़ाते जाएं, अपना गोल्स रखते जाएं, तो so that you're reaching towards that performance and you're improving on your potential. जैसे आपने अपनी बहुत सारी टॉक्स में बोला है, जिससे लाइक मैं बहुत अट्रैक्ट हो गया था आपके टॉक्स के टूवर्ड्स. वो था आपका स्टे इंटरेस्टेड, कमिटेड एंड रिपीटेड. तो ये तीन चीज जो आपने बताई थी, स्टे इंटरेस्टेड, कमिटेड, रिपीटेड, तो ये एक अलग लेवल पर ले गई हैं मुझे, और आई थिंक बहुत सारे आपके लिसनर्स को और आपके फॉलोअर्स को, जो कि आपसे कनेक्ट होती हैं. बिकॉज अपना लक्ष्य अगर अपना स्ट्रांग है तो आपको चलते जाना होगा. You know, what do you have to lose? You are only gaining at every step. थोड़ा नीचे आएंगे, but again, push yourself up.
So true. And as I always say that, you know, if you have something that you wish to achieve, you're passionate about it, then all this rejection and failure, a person can take it in his own stride. So the fundamental requirement is that you yourself need to be very passionate about your goal, and only then you can remain interested, committed and repeated. समस्या क्या हो गई आजकल लोगों के साथ? इंटरेस्टेड किसी और चीज में है, कमिटेड कहीं और हैं, रिपीट कुछ और कर रहे हैं, and at the end of the day they are making a mess out of their life, which is time. So you very well said that this is very important. अच्छा देखिए, किसी भी फील्ड में देखिए, be it politics, be it sports, be it education, any sector you see, people on the top, they are the ones who, despite of failures, despite of rejections, despite of criticism, remained interested, committed and repeated. ज्यादातर लोगों में से आपने वो देखा है ना, बॉक्सिंग का जो एक मैच है, इफ आई एम करेक्ट, एक राउंड 3 मिनट का होता है. अब 3 मिनट का राउंड सुनने में तो बड़ा लगता है कि 3 मिनट में क्या हो सकता होगा, लेकिन हम लोग तो कभी बॉक्सिंग के रिंग में गए नहीं. लेकिन अगर बॉक्सिंग के रिंग में कोई हो और हमारे जैसे आदमी को अगर आज कह दें कि 3 मिनट सिर्फ आपने हिट करना है, तो हमसे तो वो भी नहीं होगा. लेकिन अगर इसी 3 मिनट में कोई मार भी पड़ रही हो ना आपको, तो 3 मिनट में साउंड लाइक इटर्निटी. ओके, तो बॉक्सिंग में जो वो रूल होता है ना, थ्रोइंग द टॉवल इन द रिंग, if the boxer is getting beaten up badly and is no chance of winning, then the coach or the team, they can throw the towel in the ring, so the game ends. I think similarly some people throw the towel too soon. The moment life hits them, the first hard hit they get, immediately they look at the coach and family that throw the towel. I can't do it, let me change the field. Okay, so instead of choosing change the field, they need to learn some skills to remain in the game. They need to remind themselves what was the first reason that I entered this game, and then update and upgrade yourself rather than quitting the game. Okay, change your approach, not the goal. People are willing to change their goals, but not their approach. That's the fundamental problem. Okay, so remain interested, committed, repeated by upgrading, updating yourself every day.
Right. Very, very rightly said. Rightly said. So we are coming to the end of our conversation today. तो आप like जो मेरे को हमें देख रहे हैं, all the viewers, if you have any questions, you can post it in the comment box for Semwal sir. In the meantime, sir, आज की talk को अगर summarize करना हो तो आप कैसे करेंगे?
देखिए, as I said, we all are like a seed which is potential. Every seed has the potential to become a tree. Okay, and every seed believes that I have the potential to become a tree. Reality, that's true, naturally. Potential is there, but that is just not enough. You will need some sunshine, you will need water, you will need a gardener, some kind of a fencing, so that you don't get eaten up. There are many things that would be required. Potential definitely, potential can't, but that I believe that we all have potential for something or the other. The thing that in our control is, whenever opportunity comes, we got to grab it with our both hands, stretch ourselves out of our comfort zone, take bigger challenges. Okay, think of contributing as much as I can. Always thinking that, am I contributing more than my takeaway in any situation or relationship? If we keep doing that, if we keep aiming higher, trust potential can be converted into performance. And the one thing that I would always, I always request people that, as far as this rejection, failure, criticism is concerned, I pray that it should not come in our lives, but this prayer may not be answered. It will. What is in our control is people around us who are failing for some reason. Let us be a little gentle towards them in our communication and behavior. That is very important. Because see, when we are very unfair to those who are failing around us, we are being judgmental. And that is why we fear judgments for ourselves too. Okay? And मुझे तो एक ही चीज पता है साहब कि none of us can really predict future correctly 100%. Okay, today's nobody can become somebody. You never know. And today and nobody any day. So don't lose your humility. Help people who need help. Help those who need help. And if you need help, come down from your horse of ego and ask for help. Everybody needs assistance, by the way.
Right.
So be willing to help, be willing to take. That helps.
राइट परफेक्ट परफेक्टली समराइज्ड सर। अभी हाल ही में एक कहीं पे मैं पढ़ रहा था तो उस बहुत अच्छे से उसमें लिखा था कि वी शुड इंस्टेड ऑफ पुलिंग लेग्स वी शुड स्टार्ट पुलिंग हैंड्स, यू नो, ताकि अपने अपने
Yeah.
भाई बहन अपने अपने आसपास जो है पूरी ह्यूमन रेस को कैसे नेक्स्ट लेवल तक पहुंचाया जाए। हाउ कैन वी पुल देयर हैंड्स rather than pulling legs? So that was वेरी वेल सेड। और आपकी जो वो थ्री जीज की जो अप्रोच है कि ग्रो, गिव एंड ग्रेटिट्यूड, तो ये बहुत, बिकॉज हर एक को एक प्लेटफॉर्म भी चाहिए होता है, हर एक को एक प्लेटफॉर्म चाहिए होता है। और प्लेटफॉर्म कौन प्रोवाइड कर सकता है? जो कि ऑलरेडी उस प्लेटफॉर्म पे है। ताकि जो ये हमेशा जो रिजेक्शंस फील कर रहे हैं उनकी लाइफ में भी एक रोशनी आए, so that they are like, oh yes, I got this one. So I think we should keep, when we have grown a bit, we should give back and then we should have gratitude. आपने बहुत अच्छी सलाहें दी हैं, बहुत अच्छे मंत्र दिए हैं सबको। ये हमारा रियली भाग्य है कि आपके साथ बात करने को मिल रहा है इस कोविड के टाइम पे। नहीं तो मुझे पता है आप कितना बिजी रहते हैं। आई डोंट नो हमारे व्यूअर्स को इतना पता है नहीं, बट मुझे पता है आप पूरे साल में इतना बिजी रहते हैं। फिर भी मैं बग करते रहता हूँ आपको अपने टेक्स्ट मैसेज से, बट आप हमेशा रिस्पॉन्ड करते हैं, तो थैंक यू सो मच। एंड आज का सेशन बहुत अच्छा रहा। एंड आई नो हमारे व्यूअर्स ने काफी जानकारी ली होगी, और हम आगे भी आपके आशीर्वाद से ऐसे सेशंस करते रहेंगे ताकि हमारे व्यूअर्स कुछ सीखें, कुछ आगे बढ़ें उनको लेके। सो आई रियली अप्रिशिएट इट। तहे दिल से शुक्रिया आपका, और थैंक्स फॉर ज्वाइनिंग टुडे सर, and wish you a happy Diwali in advance.
Thank you, sir.
So आज के लिए उतना ही। Thank you, sir.
To you too, and to all your viewers, very happy Diwali. Thank you, Surender ji. It is always a delight talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.